Hello, my darlings. How are you? Welcome to a collective reading for the Lionsgate Portal 2022. I do hope this reading finds you well. Now, you should have been feeling, or you could have been feeling the energy of the portal from around the 26th of July, and we will feel it right the way through till the 12th of August. Now, the greatest energy is going to be felt on the 8th of the 8th. So that's the 8th of August, obviously, 2022. Now, the Lionsgate portal is when the sun, which is obviously in the sun sign of Leo, lines up with Sirius and Orion's belt. And the rising of Sirius over the horizon has historically been associated with the flooding of the Nile. So, and obviously the Lionsgate portal has a very strong connection to Egypt in and of itself. So I do have Sekhmet here. I've got some beautiful, I wish you could smell it. It's beautiful. I've got some blue lotus oil from Egypt. So I'm carrying in a little bit of Egypt energy into this reading. Now I'm going to do, the start of the reading, I'm going to use the tarot, the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, apologies. And I'm going to be doing a pyramid style. And the final outcome card will be from the Egyptian Tarot as well. Then we'll look at a couple of oracle cards from the Chakra Insight Oracle and also from the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck as well. Now, before we do get into the tarot, I do want to say the idea of the Lionsgate portal is really about stepping into your inner Leo, really, stepping into this sense of truth, your authentic self. It's about stepping into where are you needing to find some additional strength, perhaps, some additional confidence. It's a very powerful portal for manifesting, okay? So you will, if you're hearing anything about the Lionsgate portal, there'll be a lot of talk about manifesting. The idea of portals is to remember that the energy that you put in is what is going to get magnified and what is going to get manifested. So it's very important that we are very clear about what it is that we are putting into this energy around this time, because that is what will magnify, what will and what will end up ultimately manifesting. So let's see. Oh, okay. The first card in the energy coming in is the Eight of Wands. So for some of us, you may have already been feeling this. So as I said, this is the energy coming in. And the Eight of Wands is really, the words that are coming through is this, the word coming through is quickening. So I do feel like there has been a quickening of the energies. I do feel like, and if you're watching this channel, if you're watching this particular reading, you've been called to this reading for a reason. And so I know that you're here because I know that you've been doing the work, and I know that you are feeling like things are happening quicker and quicker, okay? And sometimes I don't like to use the word ascension, but I know that our growth, for all of us that are doing this work, our growth, our ascension, if you put it in inverted commas, is happening quicker and quicker and quicker, okay? So I know that you understand what I'm saying on that level. The next card out I'm looking for is going to look at what we can transform, what we can release, and how we can manifest. Okay. And so here we do have the Page of Pentacles. So what that is saying to me is that for us to look at what we do want to manifest, what we do want to bring in, and there obviously this Page of Pentacles is a very positive energy, but the message that's coming through is the pages are very youthful and curious and excited. So the message that I'm getting coming through with this particular card, less so about the pentacles, is to maintain this idea of curiosity. It's to maintain this youthful excitedness about what it is you are bringing in, what it is you are manifesting. And that's coming back to what I talked about before, about what we're putting into this portal energy is going to get magnified. So if we can keep that enthusiasm, that excitement that the pages bring, if we can keep that energy as we're manifesting whatever it is that we're trying to bring in, moving through this energy, that is going to be the magic key. I will say, obviously, though, being the Page of Pentacles, it may well be that you are looking to manifest maybe a new beginning. In terms of Pentacles, signify, it can be finances, but it can be resources, security, this idea of safety, groundedness. So there may be a new beginning or a extension or a continued learning, I should say, of maybe a craft that has the potential to bring in some extra security in terms of finances, resources, stability, groundedness, okay. The energy going out of this period of time is the Hermit. So again, you're probably fairly familiar with this energy if you've been doing this kind of work for a while. So it's been a pretty crazy couple of years, to be honest. So many of us have already spent a lot of time in this energy of the Hermit, where we've either by choice or it's been put upon us, taken ourselves away and really, for some of us, it's felt isolating as well. But what it has done is it's allowed us to go in and find our own inner light. Okay, so we've moved to a point where we're not finding that light, that external kind of grab for things that are outside of us. We've realized that the light is inside of us and that we don't need all of this stuff around us. So there's a very clear message coming through for some of you watching, that there's this idea of non-attachment. So paring down. If we look at that card, there really is just the Hermit and his light. So it's this idea of paring down, getting rid of all the excess stuff. And sometimes it's that stuff that holds us back. Okay, sometimes we want to travel light. Sometimes we just want, very minimal things around us. And we really don't need all that much. Okay, and, I say that with all my beautiful treasures here. But I don't want to mistake, I guess, treasures with unnecessary stuff, if that makes sense. So there's certainly things that are going to be important to you, but I feel like for a large part of society, there's this, they don't know where their inner light is, and so they fill up this void inside of them with going out and getting the new latest this or that. Okay, so that's the message that's coming through. So I feel like for many of you, you've already reached this point where you've realized that all of that stuff is just that, like it's trying to fill this empty space. And I do feel like you have moved past this. So I feel like this is just additional confirmation that, you might continue to pare down. You might even decide that you want to, I'm getting some images of people relocating. So maybe even moving out of a city, moving on to a more rural block, growing your own veggies. So it's this idea of, stepping things down, downsizing as well. So if you've got a really large block or a really large house and it's just you, maybe you're thinking, I don't need all this, like I could be happy in a 1-bedroom place or a 2-bedroom place or whatever it is. So I feel like there's this reassessment of what it is that sparks that light in you, what it is that sparks that joy. Okay. The other thing that is coming through for me at this point too is that the Lionsgate portal obviously is very strongly, as I said, associated with Leo. It's strongly associated with the sun, okay? So prior to this reading, I've been we've had about 8 weeks of rain constantly, and I myself am a Leo. It is extremely difficult. But today I sat down to do the reading, and I've got the first hour or so of sun that I've seen in probably 8 weeks. So I had to kind of put pause on the reading, and I went out and I looked up at the sun with my eyes closed, so sun gazing, and immediately the light codes started dropping in. So I do feel like also for some of us, it's this idea that the sun is ramping up our acceleration of dropping in those light codes. And what that does is that opens up that potential for us to manifest even more, okay? And I keep getting this message. I don't know whether some of you are maybe in a little bit of a negative headspace, because I keep getting this message, remind them of what their thoughts are, what they're putting into this energy is what they're going to get out. So please, 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 that's the message that's coming through. Be very mindful of the energy that is around you at the moment, is what's dropping into that portal, which is basically magnifying and manifesting, even if you're not consciously concentrating on it, okay? This energy is going to have an effect in that way for all of us. Okay, so the next card out is going to look at how we can tap into our inner strength, how we can tap into our inner Leo. Interesting. Okay. I would not have picked this card, but it's not up to me. Okay, we do have the 8 of Swords. So obviously if we're looking at where our strengths are, where our truths are, what can I do to step into my inner power? The message that's coming through here with the 8 of Swords is that you're bigger than this. You're stronger than this. Okay, so you may well be under the illusion that you are restricted or trapped, or you can't move. Now, if we replaced this woman here with a lion, okay, a strong, bold, ferocious lion, do you think that lion would just stand there happily and allow themselves to be loosely bound, allow these swords that are kind of only just kind of standing in the ground around them? So the sense I'm getting is tap into that inner lion. Okay, so burst those binds off, and you will see that you can, and take that blindfold off. Okay, the lion would burst free, rip that blindfold off, and just see that these swords are not really entrapping them, just that they would just go and push them over. So the advice here is for you to acknowledge your inner strength and acknowledge that you're bigger than maybe this perceived idea of restrictions that maybe you have around you at the moment. Okay, so this may not resonate for everyone, but obviously that's the message that is coming through. Okay, the next card we're going to look at is what we can focus on. So this may help you if you don't know what to focus on, and what you may want to focus on with that manifestation. What can we focus on? All right, for some of you, you may be focusing on the 2 of Cups. All right, you may be focusing on bringing in love, bringing in that soulmate. This may well be, if you are single and wanting to bring in this energy, obviously this isn't going to be the case. Some of you may already be in a relationship that you're very happy with. That's fine. But for others, you might be single and you might be wanting to bring in this energy of this soulmate who really does understand you on a soul level. Now, for people who are in a relationship, it could also be that this is an elevation of an existing relationship to another level. So because this is an extremely powerful, potent energy, if you do want to take your relationship to another level, a more spiritual connection potentially, and your partner is open to it, this is a really beautiful time to put that energy into this portal and see if you can raise up together. So the other message that is coming through for this card is this idea of filling your own cup first, okay? So it's important that if we are in a relationship or we're seeking a relationship, that we know and we love ourselves first before we give our cup to another or we share our cup with another. And obviously also, if you're partnering up with someone, make sure that they've filled their cup as well. So you don't want to have a full cup and then have somebody just taking from your cup and they've got nothing to give back. So do make sure that if you're wanting to begin a relationship, if you're in a relationship, make sure that you're on an equal playing field, if you will. Okay, so that is a message coming through for some of you as well. Okay, the final card here on the top of the pyramid is going to be our highest truth, our overall message. And obviously, because of the connection to Egypt, I'm going to be using the Egyptian Tarot for this particular card. Let's see what we've got. Okay, we do have the Three of Cups. Okay, so there could be some celebration that is occurring at this time for you as well. It could be for some of you, you might be drawn to find a group of like-minded people where you might actually come together to do a meditation, or you may even find something online where people are getting together and doing a meditation. There's this idea of like-minded souls coming together. This idea of celebration, I feel like it's really to do with celebrating with people who do fill your cup, okay? They're your people. They're the right people to celebrate with. I feel like for some of us, we haven't had these relationships, you know, maybe we've been the black sheep in the family and we felt like we haven't fitted in. So I think for some of us, it feels like we are finally getting to a stage where we're finding our tribe, and I feel like there's an opportunity at this time for you to celebrate and come together with that tribe. Now, I do just want to close out the reading with a couple of other cards. I do want to get a card from the Chakra Insight Oracle, so let's see what we can get there. Now, I'm not sure if I mentioned it earlier, but the Lionsgate portal, obviously, with that connection to the sun, with the connection to Leo, it really is sitting into that solar plexus chakra energy. If you are inclined to work with the chakras, it's about stepping in to that sense of power, stepping into that sense of I am, that sense of authentic self. So let's see what we do have. Oh, this is lovely. We've got the money card. The words on the card here are finances, power, generosity, and abundance. So absolutely, the Lionsgate is definitely about abundance. It's definitely about power. And if money is what you want to manifest with this portal, then that's great. You know, it is saying that it's a beautiful energy to do that. So for some of you, that may be what you are focusing on. As I said, with this Page of Pentacles down here earlier, it may well be that you are focusing on bringing in and manifesting that new beginning or that growth in terms of financial security, money, abundance, resources, etc. So I'd also want to get a card from the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards as well. Let's see what they have for us. Oh, it's a bit messy. What's going on? This is a bit tricky, actually, because I was a little undecided about this deck. So I went to my pendulum and I got a no, and I wasn't happy with that. So I went back and then I got a yes. So let's see, it may or may not suit. Let's see. We do have Butterfly Maiden, transformation. You are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. Okay, so the no yes thing may just be that this is a message for some of you and not for others. So do take it as it resonates. If you feel you are in this cocoon stage at the moment, this is telling me that you will be coming out, emerging the butterfly very, very soon, and it may well be with this energy that we have of the Lionsgate portal. So as I said, obviously the Lionsgate portal, beautiful time to bring in that idea of manifesting abundance, power, authentic self, and really standing in your inner Leo, you know, standing in that inner strength. Okay, so my beautiful friends, I do hope you've enjoyed the reading. If you have, please do like, share and subscribe. I will be posting shortly the weekly readings as well, and obviously they are going to be from the week of the 8th, 9th, so they are still going to be having the energy of the Lionsgate portal, but they'll be more specific to your sign as well, and that can be sun sign, it could be your rising sign, it could be your moon, whatever resonates for you. Sometimes you might even just see a title, and even if it's not a strong aspect or transit in your sign, you may be drawn to that, and that's perfectly fine as well, and that goes for my readings as obviously as for anyone else's. So you will find, if you look at your natal chart, you will have you'll have, you know, that particular sign somewhere in your chart. So, you know, people like to obviously go to their sun sign, their rising sign, their moon, and less their Venus as well. So, but do bear in mind, whatever resonates for you is also right as well. So keep an eye out for that. I do hope you've enjoyed this reading. As I said, feel free to drop a comment in the box below as well. Let me know what you are dropping into the portal, what it is you would like to manifest, what you would want to bring in terms of abundance and magic potentially. All right. And yeah, we will speak to you soon. All right, my friends. Bye-bye.